Yep, I am recording. So
Cool.
and we are live.
Suppose we can do audio checks while we're live.
Sure.
Do we sound normal, Kim? You tell me.
Alrighty, will do. No, missed it. Alien escaping.
Yep.
You had the special for lunch, didn't you?
I did.
Sounds alright. Maybe a little low, but that could be because of the music too. So.
No, that's always the case. Yeah, the music drowns everything. So.
Right. Boomer should be in the chat because he was playing Modern Warfare 3 with him before I jumped on here. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll see you at the show, right? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Shove, shove, nudge, nudge.
Right.
All right. Should we start?
Sure, 3 o'clock. Why not? The gang's all here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly? I think we're just getting started.
Medic!
I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to episode 755 of the Overseas Connection podcast. Today, October 15th, 2023. I am one of your hosts today, Greg DeLacy, gamertag Murphy's Law, OC_Murphy's Law on Twitter, or X, as Elon Musk would like us to refer it. Joining me today, we have the lovely Kim Woods, sporting a Batman t-shirt, I believe.
Yeah, well, yeah, Batcat.
Batcat. My bad.
Go figure.
Yes, Batcat.
Right. Yep, that's me.
All right.
So.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Happy
And
to be here.
also on the show, the ginger with the most, Pete Chin.
Ginger with the most baldness.
I'm just leaving that hanging. People can decide what they want.
Leaving something hanging. Anyway.
Hello.
Pete, good to have you back on the show. It's been a while. It's been a good heartbeat or so.
If you could call a heartbeat 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, you know.
Sure.
Hey, if you are new to this podcast, we are a video game podcast. We talk about video games. We also talk a lot about life. So strap yourself in, be prepared. Anything and everything is on the table. We shy away from nothing. We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube every Sunday, 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. on the West Coast, 4 p.m. in the East Coast. And if you happen to be out in the lowly Central Time Zone, 3 p.m. there. Look, like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff that all the kids do these days on the YouTubes and the Twitches. You know, help us get it noticed.
The
YouTubes, right? Huh? We could be tweetering right now if we wanted to be, but no, we're spending our Sundays talking to you, the listeners, our community. We love you all so very much. So do us a solid in return. Hey, happy birthday, belated, mind you, because we didn't give him a shout out last week, from what I understand. But Louis Raimondo celebrating a birthday this week, just this past week on the 11th. 86 years old, Kim. Can you believe it? He doesn't sound 86, but yeah.
He doesn't look it. Holy moly.
No, definitely doesn't look it. But believe you me, I have my sources. I know the truth.
Right?
Anyway, so yes, a happy birthday wish for him. And yeah, we're not even going to sing you a birthday song, Lewis, because that's how we roll. We love you that much. We don't want to do that to you. I'm just noticing right now my birthday song is like missing from my stupid stream deck, so he doesn't get a birthday song. He gets
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm gonna get one anyway.
He will he'll actually be better off for not having that.
Sing one.
No.
Oh, come on. I had to. Well, didn't have to, but I did.
I was
so.
just gonna say, did you really have to? No.
Well, I don't know. Robin was here. I probably would have. He probably would have broke my kneecaps or something if I didn't. So.
Yeah. Lewis, happy birthday. We've given you enough airtime already. Come on.
Right? You know.
Exactly. Okay. I think we should just jump into some story time, so let's do that now.
Everyone here loves story time, our favorite time of the day.
Okay. Story time. Pete, being that you have been absent for the longest time, I think it's only fair that we then have story time with you. So,
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with your camera. You got your virtual background going on because you're trying to hide the dead bodies behind you. But in the corner, I see this like little flapping, and you can barely see it on screen for the listeners
Oh yeah.
and the viewers.
It's
But
like
yeah,
somebody's got their finger in the way or something. You know.
it's a ghostly apparition.
Oh, Pete's haunted. Holy
A
shit.
ghostly apparition. Wow, that's a wicked way to put it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's
I
what you
don't know
get for
what that
trying to
is.
be in Vieste Apulia in Italy.
Gesundheit.
Yes, I mean all the way in Italy today. My connection's really shit, and I got a ghostly whatever Greg said in my camera.
I'm here for you.
Oh, starting off with me.
Yeah.
Guess what? I've bought a boat. Fucking hell. I don't know. I've lost my hair. That's how far we've got with the boat so far. I don't know where to even start when it comes to the boat. I'm doing all right. It's a tiring project. It's
Pete,
every single
okay,
day.
let's start with the basics, okay? Here, so we're gonna
Yeah.
start. I'm gonna walk you through a quiz. You can
Oh, boy.
answer, and then I think this will get you where you need to go. So
Cool.
you purchased a boat. We're doing a bit of a
Yes.
recap, people. So Pete bought a boat. Pete, what is the
narrow
maximum
boat.
speed on your boat?
4 miles per hour.
All right, still four miles an hour. You literally could walk faster.
Still.
I can walk faster than Pete's boat.
All right, Pete, is the boat still afloat?
Yes.
Okay. Now, have you created any partitions within the boat?
Yes.
Now, what exactly are
them.
the partitions you are creating?
The partitions are for each of the living spaces within the boat. So we've
Are
got
you-
a bedroom now. We've got a shower room, which has got a chicane leading from the living area to the bedroom. So that's pretty cool. We've got our separate toilet area. Yeah, all these partitions are built.
Okay. Partitions have been built.
Built.
They have been built. Have you carved out a man cave?
Do you know what I have done? I've extended the bedroom so that the bedroom is pretty big, and there's going to be a desk at the end of the bed where we can have a
Your OnlyFans cam.
yeah.
Okay.
It's that yeah. It's not
'Cause-
going to be a big desk at all. It's very
Not a big
small.
cam.
Mind you, Pete, I think we all kind of figured this one out once we realized you were on a boat. And also
Yeah.
knowing the boat is not, I mean, it's like a tiny house, right? Is
Yeah.
it fair?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
So
yeah.
now
So-
I've noticed on here, heating and rewiring, is that one and the same issue, or are these separately but similar issues?
No, they're two things, two separate things that have been completed as far as first fixture goes. So I've completed all of the rewiring and heating as far as first fixing. So there's no radiators on the walls yet, and there's no electrical components connected to the wires yet, but all of the cabling and the heating pipes are in.
Excellent.
Which, yeah, that's quite a good. Yeah,
that is
yeah.
quite. So are you fully USB-C compatible? USB
Yes.
wiring all over?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I love
I've
it.
only got two. three USB ports, one in the galley, one in by the dinette, and one in the bedroom. But yes, there's USB ports there.
Okay.
Well, there will be. There's cables there to accommodate for USB.
Where have you situated your cameras?
The cameras.
Aren't you going to you're documenting your life now, Pete, right? This is what's going to happen, right?
That's the hardest thing as well. What I keep forgetting to do is press that record button while I'm doing stuff.
Right.
You know, I look at, man, like I said, it's just been my entire life. If I'm not at work, I'm on this boat. And I was saying to Kim, I needed some documents signed that were confidential. They needed witnesses that I don't know, that are not my family. And I'm not seeing anyone apart from work colleagues and family. That's it. And so I'm trying to think of people that I know or.
What about the guy that helped you out with the boat at the dock?
He's still helping me out, but I mean, he only knows me I suppose he's only known me for a fraction amount of time. I didn't want to just walk into his workshop and go, right, do you want to just sign all these legal documents for me?
I mean, you could do that.
It doesn't stick well with me. No. Plus, you know, they get an insight into my business then, which I am kind of private in a way, as much as I just splurt everything out all on this podcast.
For the amount of times you've talked about cock cages, I don't think any of us really view you as a private person.
We've talking about the guy who's next to us in the workshop. He's built our dinette. So we've got this dinette that's it was built and then it's been put into a flat pack to get onto the boat, and it was supposed to be done this weekend, but Shell got tested for positive for COVID. When was it? Thursday, I think it was. So COVID's just gone rife again in this country.
Okay, see, you guys are doing this wrong, for the record. If you don't test, you don't have it. I'm just saying.
No, well,
that's the way to do it.
With something. I know, yeah, I get it. But she was pretty ill the other day, and I was just like, well, just test yourself just to see, you know. And she did.
You never want to know, Pete. You never want to know.
I know, but it's the people around us. It's not necessarily us. It's the people around us that are vulnerable that we don't want to hurt. So, anyway. Yeah.
I'm kidding, for the record.
So.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
I know. I'll tell you about that. We'll have a conversation around that shortly too. So don't worry.
Okay, so we couldn't get the dinette installed this weekend, but
could
it's
not
already...
get the dinette. You have no place to eat. Literally eating off the floor.
Yeah, we're eating off the. We're not even living on the boat yet.
Okay.
So yeah, the boat's still
Now, real quickly, hold on. Pete, you can't just move on from thing to thing. I've got to ask my questions. Now, when you say dinette, in my head, from the U.S. side of it, I'm thinking like dining room table, kind of kitchen table situation. But is this also maybe like actual like stovetop, that kind of thing, or is it just a table?
It's. Do you know the? I think you'd see. Yeah, so in caravans and RVs in America,
right?
You get two seater benches and a table in the middle, and then the table can detach from the pole and drop onto the seating and can form a bed with the cushions. That's what our dinette is on a narrowboat.
All right. Okay.
So so we've got one of those. We can make
but
it
not installed yet.
No.
Okay.
No. But once it is, and we need to get a worktop for that then, a 24-inch worktop, which will be our table, and then when we want to convert it into a bed, that will drop in between the two seats.
Have you thought about what your first dinner on the boat is going to be?
I like Chinese food, so
okay.
I'd go with Chinese.
Okay. All right.
But we also like salads. So I can't miss that out really. We have salads a lot, even though I'm not looking at me. I'm from face value. I'm not somebody that looks like they eat a lot of salads.
Honestly, Pete, you're sitting so low on your camera. Your camera's like pulled back a little bit, so It's like your head, and then there we go.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you were just a talking head because
just take
also
the clothes off as well.
everything's
So I
pretty
get
dark.
subscription.
You could be naked for all we know. All we see is your face.
Welcome to the OC podcast after dark.
Yes.
Welcome to that's after dark.
This is the OnlyFans aspect that beats new life. Okay, so now getting into the OnlyFans component of this conversation, Pete. What's going on with the shower? I see a frowny face. It makes me feel like you haven't showered in a while. What's happening here?
We purchased a shower suite and bathroom suite from a website in the UK, which is one of the biggest online real retailers in the UK, and it is pretty big.
Okay.
They're called Victoria Plum, and we ordered our bathroom suite from those on the 6th.
Okay.
I'd like to say the 6th of September. On the 2nd of October, I received a letter to say on the 29th of September, Victoria Plum went into liquidation.
Oh,
Shit.
that's
So-
not good.
We lost all of our money,
Oh,
all on that.
that
yeah.
sucks. No,
Yeah.
You have no recourse at all.
Well, one saving grace, which I'm hoping might help us, is that I purchased it on PayPal.
Oh, yeah.
The thing was, I had £138 on my PayPal account, so I thought, well, do you know what? It was just sitting there, and I hadn't used it in a while, so I
Right.
thought, we'll just use PayPal. At least then I can get rid of that balance and then just pay for the rest of the suite then through my debit card. So that's what I've done. So I'm hoping that I've gotten in touch with PayPal, opened up a dispute just to say I've not received the item. I've got to wait 20 days. I think that's about another 12 or 13 days from now. And then when I haven't heard from them, which I'm never going to,
Right.
after 20 days, then I can get in contact with PayPal and hopefully I might get some redemption from it. But no,
I think you stand a good chance to do that. So just to paint a scenario for you, I may or may not have tried to purchase some additional Iron Man helmets that I on good old Twitter, I saw an advertisement for it and a link to it, and they were amazingly inexpensive, and I was like, let's just go for it. Why not? I'll splurge a little. Well, weeks go by, and finally I'm reaching out to this vendor who had responded back to me and asked for a tracking number, and I get a tracking number, and it shows a tracking number to the UK showing delivery 3 days prior to me ever ordering the items. And
Wow.
the tracking number was going to a plumbing distribution house in the UK. So it was like completely bogus. So, and then I realized the more I looked into it, it was, it was a Chinese shipping company. It was just, everything was pointing to this was a scam. So I immediately got into PayPal.
Jeez.
They're like, have you contacted them? I'm like, yes. And I showed them the emails, and roughly about a month went by, but they refunded it fully to me. So
Right.
I think
Okay.
you just say this company was shady and they took your money and then they went out of business. Or no, they just stopped contacting you. Don't even say they went out of business, Pete. Just say, I've not received my item and they are not responding to my emails.
I think I need to do that. Then I think I need to send them an email at least.
Yeah, you
but
do
the
have to
thing
send
is-
them an email and you document it. So keep that. So make sure you get a copy of that email, document it.
Mhm.
That will be the trick.
I think the only problem is when you go onto their website and anywhere else, there's a publication with a link that passes you to the legal company dealing with the liquidation, and it does state any orders before October the 1st will not be fulfilled. They're operating again with the same name, but
any
under a
orders
different-
before October 1st? Did you not place your order before that?
I placed my order on, but they're not fulfilling them. Yeah.
Right. But this says any order placed after October 1st won't be fulfilled. In theory, they should have fulfilled your order.
No, sorry. Any order before October the 1st won't be fulfilled. Anything afterwards will be. So I'm the one that's not going to get an order.
Wait, how does that work?
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Because what's happened is the company, went into liquidation, and then they got bought out the next day by another company, trading under the same name, but owned by a different company.
That's fucked
and
up.
they
Just reach out to PayPal. They'll do you right.
Stupid thing, isn't it? But anyway, we lost out on that money, so we had to find a bathroom all over again.
Okay. Well, again, just right off the bow, I'm just saying.
Yeah. We found one.
And, worst case scenario, just lower yourself into the water as you're trolling along 4 miles an hour. It'll be in the wake behind you. So, I'm just saying. And instant bidet. It's a win-win.
But it's really annoying, isn't it? When you're plowing money into a project and then all of a sudden someone
he just totally froze on us.
Yep.
That fantastic internet connection that he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
You totally froze on us.
Am I here now?
You are here now. You were saying something about
right.
It sucks when you sink a lot of money into a project and then
and then you get done for close to £1,000. It just really sucks.
Oh, I can beat that. My dad went and bought a building, and we found out the guy couldn't sell it because the bank had a lien against it, and so we were fucked out of $13,000.
Oh my god! All right.
Yep. So I understand.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it really is annoying. So
it is.
It sets us back, and but the thing is, Kim, as well, it's not just like we're plowing all this money into all the rest of the stuff as well, and then when you think to yourself, okay, you're budgeting okay, things are going well, things do crop up like tools that you have to buy and other little stuff that you just don't expect, that just costs a little bit more money, so you are, I don't know, it is difficult really. We've never done anything like this before, so we are losing some money on stuff we just didn't expect. But we just paid a deposit on a stove that's going to be installed soon in November or December, hopefully, which the full cost of that was £5,000 just for a diesel stove, and that's just one element of the whole boat install. So it is costing a lot of money. It really is. But there we go. I just hope that company doesn't go bust, because I'll go up there and I'll rip the bloody money out of their skulls.
Pete will. He'll go postal.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
it's a shame they couldn't create like a stove shower combo.
Well, do you know what? It actually it kind of contributes to the shower. It's a diesel stove called a reflex stove. I don't know whether you've got those over in the States, but they run off red diesel, and they don't only heat the living area of the boat, the kitchen and living room. It also produces heat. It's got a back boiler, so it produces heat for 3 or 4 radiators, and it also provides the hot water to the boat as well.
Okay, so
it does
my concept is not that far off. I'm just saying.
No, not at all.
No. But that's why it's so expensive. It does a lot of stuff, and it's lightweight. It doesn't dissipate heat from the actual stove itself. It's only on the flue. So it's not hot to touch. You can actually put your hands on it, but it just expels. It just throws out warm air that heats the rest of the boat, which is really cool. So
awesome.
That's the con. But I'm just, when I'm doing some of this stuff, I forget to record, or I've not got much time, so I just get on with stuff, and then I feel like afterwards I'm like, oh crap, I've got to do a 2 or 3 minute video, and I'm not too sure now how to make my videos, which is why there's been a real lull in my videos on my YouTube channel. I don't know how to
just do it and then go back and edit it. I mean, capturing the video, capturing the stuff is the most important aspect you can possibly do.
It is, but how do I put that together? Do I put together what I do each day, which is only going to be a 2 or 3 minute video, or do I put all those together and make
Maybe-
it a week's worth?
Maybe
of
do
stuff?
like 2 to 3 days together.
Yeah.
and make it like a 15 to 20 minute little collection of the day. Add some
Yeah.
explosions in like Robin does in his videos, little special effects. It'll be
Maybe
perfect.
some cursing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so
Alright.
that's going to be to come. But I've been too busy with work and whatever to
Yeah.
do that. So
Well, we're
Uh,
glad you're here. We are.
No doubt.
We're glad nothing has sank.
I'm glad to
God.
be here.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Really?
I'm definitely sorry. I am sorry to hear about the whole stove. That just sucks.
Shower.
Oh, the
The
shower.
shower, not
bathroom.
well. This
Yeah,
shower
yeah.
combo stove thing is still in my head.
Right.
Also, there's this bug thing, but we'll talk about that shortly. Kim, what's been going on with you?
Oh, not a whole hell of a lot. Prime Days was last week, so I bought some because I'm poor and I can't afford to buy new furniture. I bought slip covers to cover my old furniture and make it new again. But the funny thing is, they're velvet, and so now it looks like I live in a brothel. So
Nice,
What?
nice velvet
Yeah.
slip covers. I dig it.
yeah,
You
velvet.
got,
that-
see
slip
now you got to
covers,
put in
so-
a black light. Again,
Right,
I feel like
right.
everything's gravitating to OnlyFans. I don't know.
What color? What color is it? What color is it?
They're gray.
Okay, I was
Oh.
really hoping for red, like maroon
know.
red or purple.
Right.
Pink,
I'm thinking
purple.
about buying some blue ones next, but yeah. So I got to think of that as I was sitting there today. I looked at him. I'm like, my God, I'm turning my house into a brothel. But but the thing is, Dad really likes them, so I don't know. I guess it works. So anyway, there was that. I had a migraine yesterday, and it's still kind of prowling around in the background a little bit, but it's not terrible. I was actually able to get around and play some Xbox today, so that was nice. And other than that, I've been working out again because, well, I have no children now, so I have to find something to fill my time.
That'll
And,
probably
you
help
know,
out with the migraines on top of it.
I
would
hope
think.
so because so I've done that. I did 2 days of the exercise bike last week, and the next day I couldn't hardly walk. So I'm like, yeah, I probably need to get back into this again.
If it makes you feel any better, Kim, I was feeling guilty, and so I hit the elliptical this morning. I was like, I haven't been doing cardio at all of late. I
Right.
did actually exercise on Saturday, but I did not do any cardio. And I was like, I really need to do the cardio. I don't like it, but I need to.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
other than that, that's pretty much it for me. It's it's weird not having the kids around. I did get part of Anthony's Christmas present in last week, Friday. I think I got
Okay.
the wheel in, and I can talk about that because he's not here, at least
Okay.
as far as I know. So, hey guys, wheel in. I would like to hook it up. It's supposed to be brand new, but I would like to hook it up and actually see that it works before I leave the guy feedback on eBay. But I'm tickled with it. Like I said, the wires are all wrapped up like they should be. They're in their little plastic baggie. I'm sure it's fine. At least I hope so for what I spent on the damn thing. So, God, I hope that
Yeah.
kid loves it, because if he doesn't, I swear to God, I'm gonna smack him upside the head with it.
Now,
So
if I'm not mistaken, you took Robin's advice on wheel
I
purchasing.
did.
That's
I
why
did
it cost you so
so.
much money. You realize that, right?
I
Okay.
know, because I was looking at eBay, or I was looking on Amazon at like $100 wheel, and then Robin's like, "No, you want this one," and then I
Right.
looked at the price for that, and it's like $300. I'm like,
Right.
"Urgh." I'm like, he may only play with this thing for like 3 months or something, but then I found one on eBay that was open box for like $210, and I'm like, well,
Just
That's
be careful.
okay.
Robin was
Yeah,
gonna make you.
I'm like-
He'll get you to buy a seat. He'll get you to buy a whole cage.
that was, my sister already asked that. She's like, should we buy him a chair too? And I'm like, oh dear God,
It's
no.
the
Oh
rabbit
my
hole. It's
God.
just opening wider and
know.
wider.
I know. I'm
be
like,
having
we're just gonna get him a
branded clothing
stand
next.
for it. Yeah, that'll be the next thing. But we are gonna get him a stand for it, because there's no way I'm gonna let him try to suction cup that thing onto like another chair and whatnot. So I am gonna get him a stand for it. But other than that, we're not going down the chair route or anything
You
like
say
that.
that
yet.
now,
But it,
Kim. You say that.
I
now.
know. But the stand thing that I'm looking at is set up to add a chair to it. But like I told
Right.
my sister,
Again.
I said, and you're right. But unless you've got a dedicated spot for that, and at my house, I don't. So I said, unless you've got a dedicated room for it, I wouldn't worry about the chair. Not for right now. So
If
Now-
you took that door off your room there, you've got quite a lot of space.
right.
You're not
He'll
helping
never
Pete.
leave. He'll never go
Now,
home.
Boomer has thrown out in the chat, you need a disco ball. I don't know if
Sure.
that's for the wheel or for Pete's boat. I feel like it's the
Oh,
boat.
A disco ball
Right.
all on a boat.
Yeah.
I'll just be hitting my head on it every time. That's the only trick.
But then again, disco ball with the brothel velvet. Just
There you go.
saying.
Ah,
Yeah,
Boom,
nice.
chicka, wah, wah. Anyway,
that many uses here.
right? So
Uh,
yeah, anyways, that's it for me. It's been
Okay.
kind of a quiet week. I mean, if you want somebody to turn your living room into a brothel, I'm your person. So
Hey, you know what? I did
Wow.
one normal thing this week as well. I brought some tickets for Tenacious D.
Tenacious
wow.
D. Wow. Okay.
Nice.
There's
Yeah,
a-
they're touring. They're touring. I think it's a world tour they're doing.
Right.
I'm not too sure, but sometime next year. I can't even remember now. I just seen Tenacious D, and I was like, I love Jack Black. I think he's brilliant, and I only know one song that Tenacious D do, but I know he does that. He does all that crazy shit with guitars, doesn't he? And he's just wacky. And I just thought, do you know what? I'm gonna get a couple of tickets for those. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them next year.
That's cool. I like that.
Okay. Things are
I've
not going
never
well for
seen
the
them.
49ers right now. Just
Uh-oh.
newsflash.
Is there a game going on then? Well, who are they playing?
They're playing the lowly Cleveland Browns, but it's a rain game, and once rain enters the picture, you just never know.
Mhm. Well, at least
Oh.
it's not Taylor Swift.
Oh, fuck's sake. Do not
Right?
bring that name up.
She's taking the world by storm, isn't she, at the minute?
Yeah,
Ugh.
we're not talking. That name is not mentioned on this podcast anymore.
What? Why? What's happened? Have I missed
Well,
something?
see, she's dating Travis Kelce from the
Or
Chiefs,
something.
and so the NFL has glommed onto this because they're thinking that. I'm sorry.
I thought she was dating that DJ. What's his name?
No,
no, they
no.
broke up
She's
months
moved on
ago.
from DJ. What's his name to
Oh,
Travis
God.
Kelce from the Chiefs.
Calvin
Um,
Harris. That's who she was seeing before. wasn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah. Little Dick. She didn't like him. So,
Ah,
but no, she's dating Travis Kelce. So now she's going to all the Chiefs games, and now the NFL is like glommed onto this being an opportunity to get more fans. They're not, but they're getting all this attention because she's at the games, and it literally drives me nuts because every time the broadcasts are talking about, well, there's Taylor Swift, and then let's cut away to Taylor Swift, and I'm like,
Oh.
just
yeah.
get off there.
I think that's a little bit like that in this country with Ryan Reynolds and Wrexham.
I like Ryan Reynolds though, so I would be okay with that. I would date Ryan Reynolds. I would not date Taylor Swift.
So would I.
Uh,
Oh, jeez.
all right, let's turn the page on Kim. I have been absent. Last week I was not around.
Blacker.
Yeah.
You come out by.
I'm trying to remember what the hell all was going on. It's been a whirlwind couple weeks. So we've been doing all kinds of Halloween prep. There will be pictures to be shared, but I cannot share anything until it's actually set up. But I'm just going to say this now. Tiki torches are involved.
Oh boy. Just
There
don't
you go.
burn down your house.
We went to a haunted house last night. It's called Scream Town. And it was a four different haunted houses in one. So you kind of would go through one and then you'd kind of walk into the next. And they were different themes. A lot of really
Did it
cool
live up to
stuff.
its name?
Uh,
Did you scream?
I got a couple jump scares. Just because, I
Did you
mean,
really?
you're walking around a corner and someone's like right there.
Right.
But for the most part, my wife was like, why were you laughing the entire time? And the reason why I was laughing the entire time is because my wife was using me like Hamas. I was a human shield. She was pushing me out in front of her and guiding me, which was even better. I mean, literally like pushing me towards like the actors because there were actors throughout it. And the special effects were pretty awesome. They were pretty high end, disgusting. Especially when we got into the asylum part. That was nasty.
Oh.
But then it finished out. One of the very last things they had was a giant Pennywise from It, and he had a child he was holding by the throat, and just like the child's arms had been ripped off, and it was just nasty looking, and it was just great. I was like, okay, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so Halloween full scale. I went to Las Vegas for work. And here's the whole COVID tie-in. The day before I'm leaving, I start to feel that twinge of a cold coming on. And you can hear it. I'm a little nasally right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you got to be freaking kidding me. So I'm like pumping myself with vitamin C. I'm trying to take it. I caught a cold. I went to the conference, did my best to stave off any further symptoms. My coworker, though, she kind of picked up on it a little bit. She's then suddenly like, take this, take that, take this. And I'm like, so got through the conference. Did not gamble at all while I was in Vegas. Was actually shocked.
That's a shock.
But honestly,
you didn't even go to a crazy rich Asian, does it?
No, I saw one machine at one point, but I bypassed it all. And mostly it was just because the days were pretty long. We were exhibiting at the conference, so we were kind of doing the booth duty, which just is tiring after a while. You're standing around.
So you were a booth babe.
I was a total booth babe. I had cleavage, the whole 9 yards. And those high heels, I'm telling you, they are tiring.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at the end of the day, we'd go have dinner, we'd get a couple cocktails, and by that, I was just exhausted. And granted, I wasn't feeling well, so that all culminated in me just being like, I'm not gambling. So got home Thursday night, just dove right into work the next day, more Halloween prep. Halloween, again, full scale on this end. And then today, we get this knock at our door. And I'm like, my wife answers, and I'm listening to this. And these kids are like, do you want to buy a pomegranate? Like, ambitious little children selling pomegranates. Okay, that's different. And my wife's like, how much? $5. And she's like, yeah, I'm not buying a pomegranate for $5. And I'm like, damn straight. And so she starts talking these children down because they're trying to sell a pomegranate for $5. It's like selling an orange for $5.
Right.
I'm sorry. No. But she did negotiate down to $2, which was pretty comical because she said, you guys are a little high in your prices. And the kid suddenly is like, well, $2. So we were very nice to our neighborhood children, gave them $2 for a pomegranate.
Did they grow these pomegranates themselves?
I'm pretty sure they stole them from a neighbor. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Like 50 cents for them or something.
Yeah, and the best part was the kid's like, and this is the last one. I'm like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're a little con man.
Great sales to it.
Yeah. But anyway, so outside of that, I'm trying to think. We talked about, did I mention I went to see a group called Wonder Bread 5? And this is probably where I got sick, for the record.
Right.
So the week before, when I was gone, we actually went to a local concert. There's this group called Wonder Bread 5. These guys are awesome. They do a whole bunch of different cover, 80s, 90s rock and roll. Had a great time at the Roseville Opera House. But likely that's where I got my little funk.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. That's it for me. So shout out to Boomer. I know he's in the chat.
Boomer.
Yep. He better be anyway.
Well, it's Gary. So, but yes, thank you for being in the chat, Gary.
Have you got something on him, Kim?
No.
That he's got to turn up.
Well, no, but
Well,
He hasn't, like, maybe
not that
that's-
she can say out loud, unless
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Right. There are several pictures of him in the post office, from my understanding, though. All right, let's talk about some video games.
Alrighty.
Today I feel like playing computer games. Today I feel like playing computer games.
I have a feeling this is going to be a very quick discussion.
Well, even from you guys too.
Even from, well, because one, I brought my Steam Deck with me. I was playing a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3, but mind you, it was like maybe 15 minutes and I was falling asleep and I just said, screw it. So that was on my work trip. I had full intentions of getting in some Baldur's Gate 3 at nighttime, just hanging out and just being in the hotel room, which, by the way, stayed at the Red Rock Casino. I should have mentioned this before for Vegas. The Red Rock Casino and Resort in Vegas, it's about 30 minutes off the strip. This is the other reason why I really didn't do a lot of gambling, because you just were far away from the Vegas Strip. It wasn't convenient to just go walk out your door and go find it, hit a bunch of casinos. But the resort itself is massive. They had obviously a casino inside of it, so I could have gambled there if I wanted to. But they also had a full bowling alley,
Holy
a
moly.
full 16 movie theater house. That was I think it was an AMC movie theater house. They have an 18-hole executive golf course, swimming pools, tennis courts. It's like you don't need to leave this place if you just want to go have fun. So
sounds fabulous. What was the temperature like? Is it hot out there?
it was in the 80s. It was perfect. It was awesome. Yeah, it was
those.
lovely. So that was a far cry from when we went, Pete. It was in the 90s to the hundreds. This is to take it down about 15, 20 degrees, and that's where we were at.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it was really nice. But anyway, so Baldur's Gate 3 had the best intentions. Literally fired up my Steam Deck. I think I spent more time updating it than I did actually playing it. And then I dabbled in Starfield. I will say this. I love the side missions in Starfield. I think some of them are fantastic. Grant, some are very simple side missions, but I've been playing through this one side mission that is this very long investigation because I ended up joining the Rangers. And so I kind of have this, law. I'm on the side of the law. I'm trying to find who's, behind this attempt at taking over some farmland. It's just been entertaining. I just have really enjoyed the different places it's taken me. I went to a hospital trying to find the hacker that was involved in a ship heist. This is all part of the subplot of this side quest. And then it took me to a remote mining facility on another planet and looking for this individual. And so it's been really, really entertaining. Very much enjoying it. And I keep meaning, like I meant to start Forza Motorsport. That didn't happen. But I'm keen to try that out this week. So maybe I'll have something to report back on that next week. But that is me. Very simple, very straightforward. Pete, I see Gauntlet Slayer Edition.
Oh, I've not even deleted any of those. I've not played anything. Okay. I'm sorry, I've not played anything for like months. Or it feels like months anyway. But I've made purchases. That's one thing. I bought Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
I went onto the PlayStation freebie games, and because I always do that, and I downloaded that Weird West, the farming simulator, and there was the Callisto Protocol.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't free on probably the first 7 days of October. And I kept on looking, and it was only when Roblox come out, because my son likes to play Roblox, I thought, I'll download that. I think that was on the 10th or 12th of October. So I downloaded Roblox, and then I noticed that the Callisto project was on the advertisement for the free game. So I clicked onto that, and then all of a sudden you could download it. So I've downloaded that. And I've also, on eBay, I found a digital version of Horizon Forbidden West for very cheap. I think it was about 25 quid, 30 quid, something like that. So me and Ryan went half each, so it only cost us a few quid. So I've got that as well. I've got all these games.
You're starting to sound like Kim. Kim used to just buy games. She wouldn't even unwrap them. She would buy the physical version. It would just, she'd be like, I have all these boxes still unopened.
Yeah. Now these are digital. And the thing is, I mean, we're only paying like between me and Ryan, we're only paying half price for them. So I think the next one on the horizon that we're looking at is,
no pun intended,
the Assassin's Creed Mirage. That's only about £40 in the UK at the moment, which I think is considerably cheap for an AC game. I don't know why it's so cheap, but maybe I've missed something in news or what. I don't know. Maybe it's crap. I don't know. But
I don't think it's crap. I think it's getting decent review scores, not like overwhelmingly great, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that, and Spider-Man 2 as well. I think we're looking at that.
Right.
And we got all these games lined up. We've got absolutely loads on our PlayStation accounts that with download because I've sold all my Xboxes now.
Right.
Starfield, I'd love to play. I really would, but I can't now.
Right.
I don't subscribe to any of it anymore. It's all gone.
You're
So
banned, Pete. You're no longer part of the family. You are out.
Right.
You're out of the inner circle of trust.
why? I could be the PlayStation fanboy when I get to play them, but I'm looking. Well, I got my final date for my redundancy, which is the 14th of December. That's absolute final now. It's been agreed. So after that time, I am gonna play some hours into games. I think I'm gonna have the rest of December off. So
Nice.
I'm gonna start. Yeah.
Well, I say
delve
nice.
into
It's
some
not like you
games.
really want this to be happening per se, but it is
I
what
really
it is.
don't. No. It is sad, but at the same time, nobody's going to employ someone in the middle of December when the Christmas holidays are coming. So
You never know. You never
amazing.
know, Pete. I got hired on December 1st.
Really? Did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. So sometimes things do happen. So keep sharpen up that resume. Be ready. Be ready for the opportunity, and you never know when it comes.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put my CV out there, but I don't know. So I'm in my head. I've written off the rest of December, and I can put
Right.
some time into games. So I've brought a lot
Pete's
of
like,
games.
don't ruin my parade, guys. I want to be in my underwear, sitting on the couch, doing nothing, playing games.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The only time when I want to get dressed is when I got to pick Shell up from the train station. Apart from that, yeah, I'm gonna be like Homer Simpson. But that's the plan. But I have purchased a lot of games, and I'm looking forward to playing them. I've just really not had the time. So I'm just here to hear your voices and just to be part of the show. So there we go.
Honestly, that's the only reason why
Aw.
we're here, is to hear our own voices. So,
Usually.
Kim, what's been going on with you?
Well, let's see. I played some more Party Animals. Tony's really taken a liking to it, so we played some more of that. You've all heard me talk about Party Animals. If you haven't downloaded it and tried it, I think you should. It'll be good for Extra Life. On top of that, I played some Modern Warfare 3 beta today, which I have a bone to pick with that. I don't know. Maybe I'll run this by you guys. You ever notice on these beta things, they always wait till like noon to start them?
Oh,
Like if it's supposed to start on Saturday,
Yeah.
if it's going to start on Saturday, why not start it at fucking midnight instead of noon?
Nothing
Yeah, but don't forget,
irritates
Kim,
me more. Than
Right?
That always ends up being an awkward time for us though. At some point when they start these betas, there's never a good time, is there?
Right. But I'm just thinking, if they're telling you it's going to start like Saturday, well then, in my opinion, it ought to start on midnight on Saturday instead of noon, because by the time noon rolls around, you've wasted half the day waiting for the stupid game to open. And
Yeah.
Now,
I wish they'd just tailor it across each country to start at a certain time, which makes sense for everybody.
Right.
I don't know
now,
why
okay.
that makes
So
it
in
so different.
defense of the developers,
Right.
the betas are really meant for them to be testing things. And so this is
Uh-huh.
why they don't start it at midnight, because they want developers to be there to monitor things and see the feedback as it's rolling through. So
Yeah.
Well, at least start at like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning instead of noon.
Right.
I mean, that's all I'm asking. Because poor Tony, I didn't realize.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
And
didn't
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I didn't realize that when I bought the game, because we game share, so I figured he'd be able to play the beta too. Well, no, it didn't work that way because you don't game share the beta. So he had to wait till noon for it to friggin' start, where I could have played it since Thursday. So finally, after a little bit, I got tired of him sitting there moping and looking like a puppy dog. And I was like, go ahead, fire up my account and play it on my account, because I knew he was going to have to go home eventually. So
Now, importantly, how was the beta?
it was good. I mean, it's COD. I mean,
All right.
it's not really, it's a beta, so there's going to be bugs. Like, I kept getting updates that I got so far in a challenge, and then when you click on it, I got like 0% further in a challenge. But yet they're spamming me with like 50 of these updates saying I got so far in a challenge when I hadn't. So, you have to go through and get rid of those. But I mean, other than that, it's good. I played on Favala. And that is not the map to play Hardpoint or like capture the flag or anything on, because of all the little alleyways and stuff. It
Okay.
takes you forever to get to point A to point B. And I mean, it's just a pain in the ass. I don't know how many times I ran down one alley and ended up in a dead end, only to have to turn around and run back down it, and then I'd get shot. But I played on Rust. I played on High Rise. It's COD. That's what I can say. It's not anything earth shattering or anything like that. If you like COD, you're gonna like Modern. My only other bone to pick was, you know how perks are usually set up.
Right.
Well, on this one, they're attached to certain items like a vest or gloves or boots or
interesting.
something like that. Yeah, and it's not like 2 where you just assign a perk and there
Right.
it is. No, you've got to wear certain gloves or a certain vest or certain yada yada yada.
Okay.
So that's which I don't know which one, so don't quote me. But I was thinking either Black Ops 2 or 3 or one of them. They did that. I can't remember, but I remember they've done that with one before, and I didn't particularly like it then. I don't really like it now. But what are you gonna do? That's the way they
But
went.
what
this
if your
time.
perks are attached to like bunny ears or a cat suit?
Right.
Okay.
I don't think they are, but hopefully not. And that was something else that was weird. I'm used to playing COD with my bunny ears or my cat suit, and in this one, because it's a beta, you can't. So that was weird. But other than that, it's good. I played, I don't know, a couple 3 hours so far.
Alright.
And because Tony had already played it, I was already up to like a level 14.
But how many games did you play in that 3 hours though? Because I found like
Quite a few.
that. I was gonna say with like when I played what COD was it? I can't remember now. But one of the latest Call of Duties, it's just when you play it online, you feel like you've only played 2 or 3 games and you've been on for 4 hours. It's just
Right.
Yeah, I suppose it
because
just depends on what game type.
Well, and that, I mean, they all kind of blend together. One starts to look like the other, and then you lose count of
Yeah.
how many games you did play. So yeah, I can see where that works. But I don't know.
Oh.
It's COD. It's good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to play some zombies with you guys. And
Yes.
yeah,
That's what I'm most excited for is zombies.
That was that clip that you sent on the
Yes.
chat the once.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that was just
looks ace.
amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what? Okay. Yeah.
and it's crossplay. So there you go, Pete. But anyway, other than that,
That was it?
I played Sudoku, which is basically Sudoku with cats. I don't know. It's like $3 on Xbox. So I figured, what the hell? It's a good time waster for when I don't want to play solitaire. So yeah, other than that's it. That's all I played this week. So
Okay.
yeah.
Just making sure I have my shout out notes. Just remembering a couple things I want to bring up at the end of the show.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, let's talk some news.
Alrighty. Let's talk news.
Here is the fucking news.
Pete, being that you are now solely into the Sony space,
Mm-hmm.
you are a Sony fanboy. Kim, you're also going to potentially benefit from this.
Okay.
Sony has announced that it has a new PS4 and PS5 app that will give some free movies to PS Plus Premium and Deluxe members. So it just, why are you shaking your head, Pete? Why are you angry?
That's a costly package, isn't it? Those
It
two.
is.
Oh yeah. We're not talking about the cost, Pete, though. We're just talking about the positives here. Come on, positives, not the negatives,
No.
Pete. Not the
The
negatives.
consumer is gonna say, "Well, how much does a premium cost me and deluxe? It costs a fortune."
We don't want to talk about that, people. We will talk about the fact that this is called Sony Pictures Core, and it will let
Really?
users buy or rent up to 2,000 new and classic Sony Pictures, with like Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, No Way Home, Uncharted, The Equalizer, No Hard Feelings. All these movies at your fingertips, and for those premium and deluxe tiers, they will also give access to a curated catalog of up to 100 movies to stream on demand. These movies will contain no ads, and the lineup will be updated periodically.
Well, that's something anyway.
How often you say? Periodically. That's it. No
Periodically,
timetable. Just periodically.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
more value for your premium deluxe.
Did Microsoft do anything like that? I mean, I know you can rent movies from them.
I
through
don't
the
believe they're
Microsoft store,
including any movies in their service right now. They were scared off by the TV thing with the Xbox One. I think they're staying shy of that. But Sony is embracing it now.
Yeah.
Bring on the movies. Also, Pete, this actually might again benefit you. PlayStation 5 Slim model has been revealed alongside the attachable disk drive, so you can reduce the size of your PlayStation 5 to better fit inside of your tiny boat. Because the
And then
PlayStation
increase the
5 literally
size
is
of it.
taking up half of your living room right now.
and then increase the size of it with an attachable disc drive
Well, Pete,
to make it the
again,
same
only
size as your
positives.
PlayStation. that
Only
you've got.
talking positives. So the new PlayStation Slim has been revealed in a PlayStation blog, and they actually have a video that you can go find. Basically, the new model will be reduced by 30% in volume and weight by 18% or 24% less compared to the currently available models, as in 18% for the discless, 24% less for the disc drive version. The new revamped console will also see 4 separate cover panels, so they've broken up the panels into 4 separate panels now instead of just 2.
Oh boy.
The bottom half retains the matte finish. The top half panels are glossy. I probably should have pulled a picture for this to show, but you know, why would I do something that would be like that? That would be smart, but I'm not being smart today. Now, the Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive that can be purchased and added on at a later date is $79.99 in the US. I don't know what that converts to the UK. It's a lot. I say that a lot. I think your conversion rate's higher than ours or lower than ours. I forgot which, but either way, it's about $80. Now, the new PlayStation Slim models, the discless version is $449.99. It's $450, which is actually $50 more expensive than the current discless PS5.
Wow.
Go on. What are the positives, Greg?
We're working on it. Hang on.
Okay, let's go.
In a positive, they did not change the price of the PS5 disc version. So if you get the disc version of this, it will be $500, $499.99. And Sony is continuing to include a horizontal stand for the console. So if you want to place it horizontal, they include that stand.
Gotcha.
However, they also now are selling a vertical stand. So if you want your console to stand vertically, my guess is the slimmer version might be slimmer at the base of the model and might be a little more unstable. Therefore, they are selling a stand for if you want to set it up vertically. That will cost you $30. Sold separately, of course. Now, if you buy the discless version, it's $450. If you want to add on the disc drive later, it's $80 more. You can add on a disc drive and get the complete package. Do your math. You'll understand that's actually more expensive than getting the disc version of the PS5.
Yep.
And this all
Which you
will
can
be
stand
coming,
vertically.
This all will be coming this November. So, yay.
Queues at the doors. Wow, they're going to be massive.
I need to see what this looks like in person. I saw a video, but it was pretty clear. I think Richard Webster had posted in our chat where someone had the two sitting side by side, but you can see clearly in the reflection of the TV behind it that the slim version was not actually showing a shadow. So they were just digitally putting the PS5 slim version next to the real one. So who knows if that was accurate to the scaling. I am curious to see what the size of this is. 30% smaller doesn't sound massive, like a real big reduction, but maybe it is. Maybe this is going to be small.
Yeah, well, yeah, until you see the size of the disc drive. It's not going to be
optional, Pete. That's optional.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I forgot. Let's remain positive.
Right, positive. This is an optional.
No, I'm not buying it.
No, I'm not either.
I'm not buying it. That's why it's 30% smaller, because there's a disc drive. It's 30% of probably the PlayStation's body. I'm looking at my PlayStation now. It's about that size. No, what a stupid idea.
Well, speaking of buying things, Pete
and
Kim. Sorry, Kim, didn't mean to leave you off there.
Sorry.
It's finally happened, you guys.
Oh
It's
no!
finally happened.
Thank God.
Microsoft has purchased Activision Blizzard. Now, of course, on the 12th of this month, we got news from the UK regulators that they had finally approved the deal for Activision Blizzard King to be purchased by Microsoft. And then literally one day later, Xbox officially announced the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. And there's a tweet from Phil Spencer. Today is a good day to play. We officially welcome Activision Blizzard King to Team Xbox. Together, we'll create stories and experiences that bring players together in a culture empowering everyone to do their best work and celebrate diverse perspectives. So there's that. Some other kind of little tidbits from this. Activision Blizzard's long-serving boss, Bobby Kotick, will remain as CEO until the end of 2023, following Microsoft's acquisition of Call of Duty publisher. So Bobby will be out after this year. He said, I've long said that I'm fully committed to helping with the transition. Phil asked me to stay on as CEO of Activision Blizzard King, reporting to him, and we have agreed that I will do that through the end of 2023. We both look forward to working together on a smooth integration for our teams and players. So Bobby is going to be out. I think that is music to a lot of people's ears, especially internally at Activision. Now, interestingly, Jeff Keighley shot off a tweet, and I thought this was kind of cool because he kind of basically laid out all of the different franchises that Microsoft is going to be acquiring with this. So Kim, in interest of cooperation amongst our podcast team here, why don't you read through this list of different IP that Microsoft now owns based off this new purchase?
Alrighty. It says, with the completion of the deal to acquire Activision, Blizzard, and King, Xbox seemingly now owns all the following franchises: Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon. Hopefully there'll be a decent Spyro game now. Hopefully. Guitar Hero, Hexen, King's Quest, Space Quest, there's a lot of questing going on. Quest for Glory, right? Tenchu, whatever that is. I don't even know what that one is for sure. But another one that I'm excited about, Pitfall. Will we get a Pitfall game now? I mean, another Pitfall game, obviously, because, hopefully. Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, Zork.
Who knows Zork, by the way? Raise your hand if you know Zork.
I'm not sure if I know Zork.
No.
Oh, my camera just fucking started to go crazy. Sorry. Yeah, don't raise your hand if you know Zork. Zork is a text-based adventure game that was out in the 80s. It was one of the very first video games. Choose your own adventure kind of thing. Anyway, continue on.
Gotcha. Call of Duty, Candy Crush, StarCraft, Warcraft, Diablo, Gabriel Knight, Overwatch, Hearthstone, Phantasmagoria, The Lost Vikings, True Crime, Interstate 76, Skylanders, Prototype, Blackthorn. Okay, this is another one I don't think I've ever heard of, but it sounds fun. Freddy Farkas, Frontier Pharmacist.
The last one, that seals it. That is worth it right there.
Yep.
Freddy Farkas.
That almost sounds like a Robinism right there, let me tell you. That one sounds like a Robinism right there.
But it's not.
There's some big names in that list, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
There are some massive ones in there. StarCraft and Warcraft in particular really jump off to me as being like, wow, what could they do with that? There's just so many different things they could do with that.
Right.
So
yeah,
I am very, very curious to see where this goes.
How much was the deal in the end? Because this was like going into huge money. This wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was 76 billion.
Something like that.
Floating in my head. Yeah.
69, something like that. Yeah.
I think it's the biggest deal in tech history. So
wow.
It is a massive deal.
And yet people are still going to scream that Xbox has no games.
And here's the fun part. This year's Modern Warfare 3 sales all go to Microsoft. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see how it's already started to become. The fanboys are insane.
Oh, yeah.
There's been just crazy back and forth. And already people coming out and basically, there was an article. It was a reader's article that was, I think it was on the Metro, where they were saying, Modern Warfare 3 already proves Microsoft wasted their money. It's like, the beta just came out. What are you talking about?
Right,
anyway.
right. Dear Lord.
Yeah. Kim, well, let's move on to some other positive things like games coming out.
Right. And there's quite a few, believe it or not. I was kind of shocked.
Holy crap.
I know, right? Freaking middle of October and all the games are coming out. Alrighty, your new releases for October 15th through the 21st are... Oh, this is a good one. I know you'll all be excited for this one. SpongeBob SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake, For the
Yes!
PS5, Xbox Series X and S, October 16th. Be lining up for that sucker. I'll tell you what. Cyber Knights, Flashpoint, PC, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android, October 17th. Mortal Kombat, Onslaught, iOS and Android, October 17th as well. Skull Island, Rise of Kong, for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, October 17th. Sonic Superstars, PS5, Xbox X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 17th. Wizard with a Gun, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on October 17th. And I'm pretty sure this one is still coming out. I know here a while back it got pushed back, so I'm pretty sure this is right though. Mike Mignola's Hellboy, Web of Weird. I think that's supposed to be Web of Weird. For the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. Yeah, got ahead of myself there for a minute. October 18th. I'm gonna play that one, but I'm sure I'm gonna suck at it. It's all right. It's Hellboy. I'll enjoy it. Slender, The Arrival, for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, October 18th. I'm not so sure about that one. Endless Dungeon, for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Switch, and PC, October 19th. Galactic Civilizations 4, Supernova, for the PC on October 19th. And I feel like this one's already been out, but maybe it's a current gen, and that's why. I don't know. Gangs of Sherwood. I don't know why I think that one's already been out, but maybe not. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on the 19th. Gargoyles Remastered. I didn't even know this was a thing, so I'm kind of excited about this one. I liked Gargoyles back in the day. Gargoyles Remastered, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Switch, and PC. Notice no PS5. Weird. October 19th as well.
That is odd.
Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, not Supercharged, Turbocharged. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 19th. Told you there was a lot. I've almost forgotten how many there were. Overpass 2 for the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, PC, October 19th. The Seventh Guest VR, PlayStation VR 2, Quest, and PC, October 19th. I guess if you're the 8th guest, you're out of luck.
PlayStation
The Gap.
VR owners are celebrating right now. Finally,
We got a game! The Gap for the PS5, Xbox X and S, and the PC, October 19th. Jackbox Party Pack 10. Holy moly. For the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, the Xbox One, Switch, and PC, October 19th. Appropriately for Halloween, we have The World of Horror for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC, October 19th. Apparently, if you're on Xbox, you're out of luck. Marvel Spider-Man 2 for the PS5, obviously, October 20th. And last, but certainly not least, we have Super Mario Brothers Wonder for the Switch on October 20th as well. And those are your new releases.
Okay, so a couple things to note. I was surprised at the lack of horror games. I just figured there'd be more, given Halloween's right around the corner. But maybe we'll get more next week.
Also,
basically
the world of horror.
Oh
You
yeah,
can't
we have
get
World
any
of
more horror than that,
Seventh
can you?
Guest, and Slender the Arrival. That's also a horror game.
And I guess Hellboy would be kind of scary, I guess. Not for me necessarily, but yeah.
Skull Island: Rise of Kong. I hated the movie only because it just made humans out to be assholes.
We kind of are.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're that much of an asshole, but anyway. So there was that, and then The Gap. This game just reminds me of every time I was in the UK, Mind the Gap.
Mind the Gap
on the tube. Yeah, Mind the Gap.
Yeah.
So anyway, thank you, Kim, for that.
Sure.
We've got games to look forward to.
We
Pete,
do.
anything on there that is jumping at you like I need to buy that to add to my collection of games that I'm not playing yet?
Well, I mentioned earlier, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is definitely going to be on that list. Jackbox Party, that's a real good game, that is. Have you ever played that?
No.
Well, I mean, Jackbox Party, I mean, they've got, 10 packs now? I mean, it's kind of like Crimes Against Humanity in terms of, like, they just keep rolling out packs and different versions of it, so...
Right.
Yeah, and they're interactive. You can use your mobile phones to play along so that there's you can have like 8, 9, 10 players. I think it's crazy that the amount of interactivity that you've got within a party group, I suppose. We I think, when did we play it? Christmas. There was me, Mike, Tara, Shell, Simeon, Natalie, Nathaniel, my mum and dad, Rena. Yeah, we all had this.
That's awesome.
Like just huge Jackbox party event. It was really cool. It's a good game. I don't know about any of the others. I miss Mortal Kombat.
Well, you can get it on iOS and Android, the mobile version there.
No, I've got Mortal Kombat. Is it 10?
Yeah, don't get it on the Switch. Whatever you do. Apparently, the new Mortal Kombat does not look good on the Switch.
Oh, does it not? I've got. What's the new one? Is it Mortal Kombat 1 or something like that?
Yes.
Mortal Kombat 1. I have a feeling we should expect that visual kind of quality for when they ever bring Call of Duty to the Switch. It's not going to be pretty.
Right?
Functional over pretty.
Is it? Have you've got a Switch, haven't you, Kim?
Mm-hmm.
Is it still like kind of overpriced, like as far as games go? Or?
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. That's why I've never bought one in the first place. They are pretty expensive, aren't they?
They don't go on sale very often. And even when they go on sale, they're still freaking expensive. So
oh, God. Yeah.
That's why I don't have a lot.
That's about it. What's Endless Dragon? I've never heard of that.
Dungeon.
It's a dungeon. Sorry.
I want to say it's a roguelike dungeon crawl.
Probably.
You're kind of going as far as you can, but then when you die, you reborn. I think with like iterations of, I might be mixing this up with another game, but like you're kind of reborn into your own lineage, but then you have different things that will like kind of as you're like a sibling or offspring, right? And you get afflictions or changes to your quote unquote DNA as the genetic code gets further out, so it starts making it more challenging or easy depending upon what you get. Anyway, but again, I may be totally wrong on what I'm remembering.
That's a decent list.
Okay. Well, look, we may or may not be playing Halo on Wednesday night, only because work has been super busy lately. But if we do, by all means, if you see me on, jump in, hang out with us. Snoogans and I are apparently going to have a grudge match this week. We'll talk about that shortly. Bongo does his Bongo Bits racing Discord server, all that good stuff, but he's busy in Germany, so unfortunately that is being left to the asylum to run. We'll get an update next week, I'm sure, about how badly that went. Because last time he left for an extended period of time, all hell went. Basically, everything fell apart. So look, if you made it this far in the podcast, we really do thank you. If you want to hang out and be part of the chat like Boomer was tonight, hanging out, chilling, listening to us live while he's probably watching some football, do it. I encourage it. Like, subscribe on the channel if you're watching us. And if you're not and you're listening to the audio version, come over onto YouTube, look for us, or on Twitch, look for us and subscribe. Give us a like. We encourage it. I'm going to start some shout outs with Kim.
Alrighty. I'm sitting here freaking out because I could have swore somebody had sneezed behind me, but there's obviously no one behind me, so I don't know. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm going to shout out Boomer, and I'm pretty sure it was John, Major Revenge, who was in there from the Joysticks and Chill podcast earlier. So thank you guys for and I didn't like threaten Boomer or anything. He's my friend, so he's going to show up. So thanks guys for dropping in the chat. It's fun like always. It keeps us entertained and keeps us motivated, I think, to keep going, something like, because there are some days on this show that sometimes you wonder. Shout out to you guys as always. It's always fun. I actually get to talk to adults, which is always nice.
It's our therapy.
Right. And other than that, I don't know. Hope everybody has a good week this week. If you would like me to change rooms in your house into a brothel, let me know. I can give you some links to buy shit off of Amazon to make it look like that, because apparently I'm good at it. Other than that, I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, I'm Pete. Glad you're back, even for a little while, because we've missed you around here. It's not the same without the old Ginger around. So
come on.
Yeah.
It's
So anyway, other than that, that's did you guys see the Monarch trailer from Apple TV with Godzilla and the monsters and all that yet?
No,
No.
I was disappointed to see it was part of Apple TV. They're really starting to piss me off because they're getting a lot of good content, which means I'm going to have to fucking subscribe to the channel, and I don't want to do it.
I almost canceled it the other day until I saw that. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to pay for it another couple of months because it's Godzilla and I like Godzilla.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's really cool. I'm excited. I got goosebumps watching the trailer.
Oh.
So no, I don't know if that's sad that a 45-year-old woman got goosebumps by watching a Godzilla trailer or not, but there you are. Anyway, that's enough for me. I'm gonna send you over to Pete. So take her
I'm
away,
gonna
Pete.
I'm going to shout out Tara and Mike for the delivery of our beautiful, or should I say, our beautiful niece, Rosa. She probably mentioned last week.
She was
on the podcast. Yeah, I thought so. I went to see her. Me and Shell went for a short while on the day that she come back home, and she was adorable. I've not seen her since, but hopefully in the next week or so, because we've had the Rona, or should I say Shell has, so we've not been able to go over. So hopefully we get to see them soon. It's really weird though, just seeing Mike with a little baby. Like when I turned up at his house, he was there changing a nappy, and I was like, oh my god,
where'd you steal that child from?
It was just really weird. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I know Mike's always wanted kids, and I don't know. I just never thought I'd see the day, and just going to the house and witnessing them being parents, it was just really, really strange. It just made me feel old. But they're doing great. They're all bonding well and having a great time. I text Mike sometimes, and he's like, "Oh, I've only just woke up," and it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So they're trying to get in naps when they can as well, which is good. They're looking out for themselves as well as looking out for Rosa. So yeah. Apart from that, I don't think I've got anybody else to shout out. So yeah, Greg closes up.
All right. We'll definitely shout out to Mike and Tara, and Rosa, the newest Chin of the Chin clan. I'm now realizing, this whole time I thought I was not on last week. I was on last week. I was on the podcast last week. It was the week before. So my mind is slowly going. My wife will confirm this. Anyway, shout out to Robin. Robin is currently in Germany, not under trial at Nuremberg, not even at the Nuremberg Ring this time. I forgot. He's at a big festival. He's likely catching coronavirus as well right now.
Yeah,
so he'll bring that back to Ireland.
Yeah.
Shout out to Snoogans. Bring it, brother. Bring it. Let's go. Little 1v1 Halo happening.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Snoogans is talking trash. Just because I said Man United instead of Man City, he got all butthurt because I didn't realize which team from Manchester he was rooting for.
Whoops.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah. So I mean, he could have picked the good team, Manchester United, but instead he's stuck with Man City. So whatever. I'm gonna pay for this dearly.
He's a great gamer as well. Yeah.
I know. He's probably gonna kick my ass. But if I just get one kill in, I'm gonna teabag the shit out of him. All right. I think that's everything. So you know what, everybody, thank you for making it this far.
Right.
We come back again next Sunday. We'll have more stories to tell. Robin will be back, no longer under house guard. He'll be free, and we'll have some stories to tell from Germany. We'll have probably boat stories to tell. Maybe Pete, you'll have finished something, updated something, maybe played some games. Kim might open some games that she's bought and had previously stored away. She's like a squirrel. She just stuffs them away like nuts. And maybe I'll actually stay awake long enough to play a video game this week. So we'll have some fun stuff to talk about. Come back next week. And until then, we will see you later.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast. See you same time next week.